This 7th anniversary is here bringing amazing skins. Let's begin. Welcome back to another episode, guys. I'm sorry that we missed an episode last week. I was just very busy, but we're back to normal. This week, we're getting the beginning of Season 38 that, of course, is bringing along Season 38 Essence 1. This essence contains the S-tier Hermit skin called Gold Foil, the A-tier Gravekeeper skin Nether Pack, and the A-tier Doctor skin Antimony. All of these skins are really cool. When I first saw the art, I wasn't too sure what to think about these skins, but I really do like them now. I do think they're quite nice. They also, of course, revealed the portraits that you can get as draw rewards. There's also the logic path that we're getting for Season 38 that brings along the very interesting looking Lucky Guy A-tier skin called Unknown Ray X. Now, when I first saw it, I wasn't too sure, didn't really like it, but now that I've seen it in more detail, I really do like his X-ray hand, and I do think it looks quite nice overall. There's also the B-tier accessory X-ray that doesn't have any effects, of course, and the portrait and portrait frame that you get from the logic path. And another thing that we're getting with Season 38 is we're getting all of the rank rewards. That includes Hermit's S-tier accessory called Shackled Wings that seems to be a moth or butterfly, people told me moth, on like a pendant, and the effects are quite interesting. It gives him a different carry animation that seems to be like him holding survivors by the chin. Very interesting and different. Also, footstep effects, a golden moth above charged survivors, so with red or blue charges, I believe, and some really beautiful electric effects. There's the Goatman A-tier accessory Haven that kind of gives his cage an orangey brown color and also plant patterns. And we've got the Magician A-tier Ovation that seems to kind of give confetti and firework effects to all of his things. So when he's rescued, gives confetti effects on the chair. When the hunter hits the kind of illusion, it creates kind of confetti and fireworks and leaves like a spirit bunny on the floor. And one more thing that we're getting with Season 38 is we're getting the reset of the memory spheres. Now, I've got saved up like 50, 60, I don't know how many essences, just waiting for this memory sphere reset. So this means that you'll be able to change your guaranteed items in those yellow orbs. Okay, of course, since we're getting a Season 38 Essence 1, that meaning all of those amazing skins, that also means that we're getting the 7th anniversary called Packed in the Secret Tunnel. I believe that last week we had the kind of warm-up event for it, so if you've been following all of that, you know what's going on. I haven't really read any of it, but you know, a lot of you guys probably do love the kind of lore for it. The event itself is probably going to have a ton of story content for you guys to interact with, maybe some kind of deduction stuff that you have to do, but they have announced all of the rewards that we're getting, or at least most of them, including an A-tier furniture piece called Mechanical Door that seems to just have an interaction where it just opens up. Not sure if you can step through it or what else you can do with it, but it exists. There's the B-tier forward skin Flint, the general accessory called Unrevealed Secret that I really like this one. Remember, you can of course attach effects to B tiers if you want to, if you have an existing A tier, a permanent B tier unlock card, a permanent emote unlock card, a permanent standby motion unlock card, and a permanent character unlock card, along with a dish and a portrait frame. There are going to be 3 weeks to this whole anniversary event, and each week seems to have like an ultimate reward, I can imagine, if you complete all the story. The first week is going to give us a spray or a sticker, I can't tell which one it is, called Gaze. We've got the second week that is a rank protection card, and the third week of the ultimate reward that is the permanent A tier unlock card that I think a lot of people are looking forward to. This anniversary event is also bringing back some older content from previous anniversary events that is basically the Golden Rose Theatre event from many years ago at this point. I can't remember when it was, and it's going to bring back some of the B tiers from this event, including the Photographer B tier skin, Acrobat, Postman, and Barmaid skin. The last 3 that I just mentioned are going to be in the Spyglass store, and the Photographer skin is seemingly available in the storyline. I can't tell if this is like the main storyline for the 7th anniversary, or if they're going to just bring back Golden Rose's whole storyline for you to go through it. So I'm assuming that's the case, that's what they're going to do. And NetEase is giving us a thank you letter where if you log in, you'll be able to receive 10 Season 38 Essence 1, so you get a higher chance to get that ultimate Hermit skin. And also part of this thank you letter, you'll get an S tier trial card, a portrait, and also a rank protection card. We're also getting some store content this week, including Embalmer's very cool package that's his 7th anniversary package that includes the Embalmer S tier skin Iridescence and the A tier accessory Pact. I haven't checked the effects of the A tier accessory yet, so I don't know what the effects are. They might have announced it, but I just haven't seen it. So yeah, maybe there are some cool effects. And there's also some new anniversary furniture in the store, including the A tier's mechanical clock that is basically just a clock that has some sort of interaction. I couldn't really tell what it did. There's safe that has a little dial that if you put the right code in, it will open up with gold. But if you put the wrong code in, it opens up with nothing. So it's a bit random and weird. I'm not too sure if I like it. And then there's also the metal photo frame that you can put on your wall, where I think you can kind of display one of your kind of pictures that you've taken, your room pictures. Not sure how many you can put there. It's a very, very massive thing that you can put on your wall, but they only showcase putting one. I can imagine you can put more than one. I hope you can. And if you're planning on buying any of those new pieces of content, then you probably want to go and look at the anniversary recharge packages, the new deals that they're going to be adding this week. I can also imagine that they're going to be adding some more rewards and special kind of deals over on their official top-up website as well, so keep your eye out on that. I think the deals are usually a little bit better over there as well. A quick reminder that there's a special code right now if you want to get a special paper bride portrait that's available. The code is IDV1ZHYRED. You can get that if you want to get that special kind of portrait, then you can go over to their official code site. I've forgotten what the website is, and you can go and put it in there to get the reward. And another couple of things we're getting this week. We're getting 2 character days, one of which is Prisoner's character day on the 10th. That's going to be his 5th character day, meaning he's getting a wall hanging. And then Pharaoh Lady is going to get her character day on the 12th. It's going to be her 1st character day, meaning she's getting a portrait. So that's quite nice. Okay, so let's move on to talk about what we're getting from the future. As I did make an episode last week, I didn't get to talk about this, but on the 24th of last month, they announced a Q&A, and I've collected a couple of things that I wanted to mention. They mentioned that Hullabaloo, Fool's Gold, and Pharaoh Lady will be receiving a skin this year, so that's quite nice. Some specific survivor pets that are kind of for specific survivors, that's what I meant to say, will become available to all survivors. They didn't really say which ones. The new esports series skins will start dropping from September onwards. I believe Antiquarian is going to be the first person to get the esports kind of skin for the new team, or whatever you want to call it. They're going to increase the number of confidants, so that's kind of the higher level of best friends, to 10. Originally it was 5, and that's going to happen in August. Also connected to this, there are going to be new emotes, I think added to the intimacy store, that will also arrive on the same day, probably in August. They're working on some new scribbled ideas features, including background tracks, so you'll be able to kind of choose music, I believe. Imported saving models, so you're now able to kind of take a model from something you've already made in one of your maps and then use it in another one, so you don't have to remake it from zero. Really, really nice. And skin sharing, so that's quite cool. And of course, there are more things that you can read through, usual things that just didn't really stand out to me, but you can read them on the screen right now. And a quick reminder that on July 24th, we're getting the Panda Guardian event, so that's going to bring back all the skins from the event and the new toy merchant skin. And on July 30th, that's not too far away, we're getting the new Enchanted Forest game mode. That is the 16-player battle royale, if I remember correctly. We still haven't got many details about that apart from screenshots, I think. I don't think anyone's posted anything about it. Do we need more game modes? Probably not, but you know, that's again something that I keep on bringing up, and I'm not sure how many people care. But anyway, if you haven't already, make sure you watch that video that's on the screen right there, because YouTube thinks that you'll like it.